the sales reps don't look all that good, but the cars look good. I guarantee you that.
Yeah, it's a great opportunity to be back out here at Kia LaGrange, and another fall Saturday morning. Once again, come on out, buy a car. Weather's getting a little bit cooler. Makes it a little more fun to hang around out in the parking lot and look at all the things that they have to offer here too.
I was listening to Fox Sports coming in on Eagle Radio or Eagle Sports on 96.9, and of course you all are listening to us on Eagle 102.3 or 96.9 currently. But I'm driving in, and they were talking golf and paying for appearances. You know where I'm heading with this. We sure do. We sure do tout Kia
I was listening to the same radio program because he was talking about how
I'm kind of thinking,
how
are
to
they
improve
willing
your
to,
putt and all that stuff.
We're gonna get commission off some of these sales today.
Yeah, probably not.
Well, let's talk some football. Last night, first of all, I have to say, the first thing that I tend to gauge a football as I walk in, we get ready for the radio show, and I kind of look at the players, see what kind of swagger they have, what kind of emotional state they're in, and then to kind of gauge the crowd. And last night, you would think it was a playoff game, and the fans were packed. The fans were there all over the stadium, around the gate. It was. And the kids on the field, you guys came out without any shoulder pads. They looked good. They just seemed to be different last night. And then from the opening kickoff, which Noonan won the toss, decided to receive, and the Tigers set the tone. And the first half was like, wow, it's a different team that showed up last night.
Well, last night, I've mentioned this before. Game day and game night, that pretty much all starts right when you walk into the schoolhouse that morning, and our guys just trying to gauge what was going on in the school, and we didn't have a pep rally or any of those types of things going on, and they seem to be very businesslike, is the best way to put it. Yesterday throughout the school day, and then of course we go through our pre-game progression, with team meal and those types of things. And we had Kevin Payne, who is the youth minister at Western Heights Baptist Church, and who's working kind of like a team chaplain for us. Actually, he would be a team chaplain, and came in and talked to the guys, and I thought had a very good message about spiritual concerns, but also about football and life. And then of course we go through our pregame prep, and I'm not one of those guys that expects you at 3:15 that you have to be deadly silent for the next 4 hours. And because and that, not that there's anything wrong with that. And growing up, in coaching, I've been around coaches that do it all different ways, and none of them are wrong. But it always seems to me it becomes a little exhausting just having that type of focus for 4 straight hours, before you get a chance to kick off. So, but as that window of time closes, there's a time where it's time to focus. And I thought when our guys got to that point before the game last night, it was different than it has been all year. I would say to the player, down to the every man, had a mindset that this is important. This is going to be a tremendous challenge, and that when they walked out of that locker room last night, they were ready to take that challenge on, and I'm extremely proud of them.
Well, I think judging by the fan reaction, everybody in the stands was absolutely pleased, even though it wasn't the outcome, and we'll talk about that after the break, that they wanted. They walked away with a sense of, you see improvement each week, and you can't go out of that game last night as a fan not believing that these Tigers are going to do some positive things and get some wins under their belt between now and the end of the year.
Absolutely.
So, with that, you're listening to Troup High Saturday Morning Quarterback here live at the Kia showroom. We'll be right back. I really can't hear. I can hear him talking. It's kind of numb through my headset.
Yeah, yours is kind of numb too.
and gives sound advice. If you're tired of lousy gas mileage or lack of versatility, I recommend the 2013 Kia Soul. Awarded for quality by J.D. Power & Associates, the Kia Soul is a new way to roll and starts at only $14,400. Plus, you get Kia's 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. Check us out online at KiaLaGrange.com and help support your local economy.
We're open 8 to 8, so don't be late.
Every day I'm shuffling.
As a business owner, nothing compares to the sense of pride you feel when unlocking your business first thing in the morning. In this moment, it doesn't matter if you save money in 15 minutes. It doesn't matter if the business down the street has the same insurance you do. What matters is that your independent insurance agent and the company that stands behind them have you covered. Auto Owners Insurance, the no-problem people. The Mallory Agency, 301 West Harrelson Street, LaGrange. Visit them online at MalloryAgency.com.
To all the high school seniors in Troup County, Collision Autocraft Auto Body Repair would like to salute you on your accomplishments. Now that you're driving, Collision Autocraft would like to offer these safety tips. Wear your seatbelt. Avoid talking on your cell phone while driving. Don't text and drive. And always keep your eye on the road. Collision Autocraft has too often seen the results of careless driving. Drive safely and have a bright future. Don't forget to like Collision Autocraft on Facebook.
Mom, Dad, kids, watch what happens when two separate things become one beautiful, glorious thing. No longer will there be any arguing, shouting, or tear-dropping, but instead only hugging, high-fiving, and loving. That's because Orange Julius has been added to Dairy Queen. Kids get their favorite Dairy Queen treats like blizzards, ice cream cones, sundaes, and shakes, while Mom and Dad gets a delicious Orange Julius fruit drink, premium and light premium fruit smoothies. It's all there together at one store. No longer is it Dairy Queen or Orange Julius, but rather it's Dairy Queen and Orange Julius on New Franklin Road in LaGrange.
Mention LaGrange College and the word one pops up a lot. Like the student-faculty ratio is 11 to 1. That means plenty of one-on-one time with professors. Our students work for number one companies, earn Emmy and Grammy nominations, and they give back to their communities, which is wonderful. We are LaGrange College, one of the South's most affordable, highly ranked institutions. One visit, and you'll see why. LaGrange.edu/journey.
And Smith back under center. Going to hand the ball off to Stewart. He's going to get left side. Lamonte Truett's going to go in. Touchdown, Tigers! Great job by the left side of that offensive line. I see Big Mitch Mathis walking. He's normally your right tackle. They move to the left tackle with a strong side, and Lamonte Truett dances into the end zone from 14 yards out and a Tiger touchdown.
That was, that came second quarter, about a 1:16 to left until halftime, and up until that point, it was just grind them out, knock them, block them, running, twisting, turning. You just play hard, and the break's going to come your way. And that's what happened to the Tigers last night on that first score. And what an exciting time for the fans. And we looked at you guys on the sideline. It's like, hey, man, this is different now. These guys are rolling.
Yeah, it was pretty animated down on the sideline. That was a great run, great blocking by the backs, and the run was Lamonte Truett. I believe about 15 yards. Is that right?
That's right.
15
14
yards touchdown, and then of course you mentioned Mitch Mathis. Great job blocking, and the whole offensive line.
Well, I tend to key on offensive line, and like I say, we talked off the air that with the first series or two. The offensive line had a couple of motion penalties, one on Mitch, and I think I'd mentioned on the radio that may have been the first one that he had. It may have been the first one he's had. You can correct me, but I'm talking about last year too as a freshman. But then these guys settled down, and they just look like a machine. That offensive line came up to the ball, no huddle offense. We just bringing Will Smith over, calling the plays. He's coming back. The offensive line is sitting there ready to go and knew their assignments. You didn't see them pointing. And all. They just knew what they needed to do.
Right.
As we talked about off the air, a tremendous focus last night down to the individual.
The game plan that we put together by our offensive coordinator, Donald Johnson, was an outstanding one. We knew that we needed to control the ball. We need to control the clock, and I thought we did a great job coming out and executing it. Again,
the fans were going crazy that it is finally it's like they felt rewarded for all the team's hard effort, and even the players and you guys down the sidelines like, wow, we put this together, and you could just see the difference, and they continue to play like that throughout the second quarter, again, throughout until halftime and even into the third quarter, and only until late in the third quarter did we you had a sense that we kind of Noonan held us, they punted and got us down inside the 5-yard line. We're 3 and out, and you asked Nick Burek to go in on and basically a foot from the end line.
Yeah, he's punting out the back of the end
That's
zone.
right, and nice hang time. He gets it out to about the 30-yard line, and good coverage, call for a fair catch, no advance, so that's a good thing. And then Noonan kind of made some adjustments at halftime. You could see that they'd kind of misdirection. Using their fullback, which really up to that point had been their biggest success all night. We mentioned off the air that I think it's Trey Matthews, number 28, for a wideout, D1 prospect, I think verbally committed to the University of Georgia. And, Lamonte Truitt absolutely locked him down all night long.
Lamonte did an outstanding job. Matthews is a fine football player, and as you mentioned, he's one of the top prospects in the nation. And he plays receiver, safety, running back, returns balls. He's a guy that you want to get the ball in his hands, no doubt. And he's big, and he's fast, and he's very powerful. And Lamonte Truitt, just an awesome job in coverage and playing against him. And it's great to see great players on both sides of the ball turning their game up and playing, because by the end of the night, I mean, Matthew, he makes a few plays too, but Truitt, as far as those things that we were very concerned about, did a great job of helping to shut that down. So, great job.
You mentioned about late in the game, Matthews, made a couple of key plays. The great players, if they stick around long enough, they may have somebody locking them down or do it just all over them. But eventually, they're going to have something key to make it happen to the game.
And them looking at us too. We have players that can play some ball too, and you have to do the same thing. And when we look at our running game last night, again, we're over 200 yards rushing again, and it's spread out. Darryl Dunlap, rough estimate about 75, 70 yards on maybe 15 carries. Ricky Frazier about 60 yards on. I think maybe 11 carries, maybe 13 carries, I think is what that was. And then, of course, Truitt also with tacking on about another 60, 70 yards. When you look at all those, I think what the average was, we were averaging over 4.4 yards a carry. And
we'll take that every time.
You have to take that every time and be really happy with it.
Right.
The real long runs are nice,
yeah,
and they come. But when you're consistent and you're hitting 7 yards, 4 yards, 3 yards, 5 yards, 4 yards, 3 yards, all of a sudden, boom, you get that 15, 20-plus yard run. And then, of course, with Truitt, that 15-yarder came right there for a touchdown. And it struck quick, and we talked about it earlier. But that's the type of thing. And it's also about discipline. And you have to – every play is not going to work. And even though you know how it is, if both of us get a piece of chalk or a marker and get on the board, whoever has the marker in their hand last wins when you start diagramming plays.
Right.
So, but the whole thing is you might get one that's for a loss of 2. But, you just keep coming back. And that was one of the things we talked about during our pregame meal and some things that we were talking about is that you have to work on winning every play. And I think so many times people get caught on, we got to win the quarter, we got to win the game. But if you break it down, if you're, as a position player, your focus is, I have to win this play. And now I have to win the next play. And I have to win the next play. And if I don't win that play, I'm going to win the next play. Mm-hmm. And when everybody is doing that is how you control the ball. That's how you do 3 and outs on defense, and they're punting to you at the 3 plays. And that type of mental approach is that any game you have, it's work. Mm-hmm. You're going to work, and that's what you have to do.
It's kind of the motto, if it's to be, it's up to me, and not from a selfish, arrogant standpoint. It's from a team standpoint. If I'm out there focusing on my responsibility each and every down, each and every play, doing the best that I can do as if the win of this game or the win of this play depends on me. If everybody's doing that focus, then you're going to see some positive results. Absolutely. With that, we've got another tray of biscuits from Chick-fil-A on the Parkway. And I tell you, these salesmen, they come out and they get this along with all of our customers, and we appreciate that here live at the Kia showroom of LaGrange. You're listening to Saturday Morning Quarterback from Troup High School. We'll be right back.
I can hear you fine.
We're here to listen, understand, and give sound advice. If you're tired of lousy gas mileage or lack of versatility, I recommend the 2013 Kia Soul. Awarded for quality by J.D. Power & Associates, the Kia Soul is a new way to roll and starts at only $14,400. Plus, you get Kia's 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. Check us out online at KiaLaGrange.com and help support your local economy.
We're open 8 to 8, so don't be late.
Every day I'm shuffling. In this moment, who has your back? Do you know the name of your insurance agent? Does your agent know your name? Or would you call a 1-800 number that connects you with who? Another state? Another country? Get a local independent insurance agent with Auto Owners Insurance. Someone you can call when bad stuff happens to your car, home, or business. In this moment, get an agent who'll protect you in that moment. Auto Owners Insurance, the no-problem people.
Mallory Agency, 301 West Harrelson Street, LaGrange. Visit them online at MalloryAgency.com.
To all the high school seniors in Troup County, Collision Autocraft Auto Body Repair would like to salute you on your accomplishments. Now that you're driving, Collision Autocraft would like to offer these safety tips. Wear your seatbelt. Avoid talking on your cell phone while driving. Don't text and drive. And always keep your eye on the road. Collision Autocraft has too often seen the results of careless driving. Drive safely and have a bright future. Don't forget to like Collision Autocraft on Facebook.
It starts with creamy, smooth DQ soft serve made from our secret recipe. Then we throw in cookies and candy and blend it all together to create the Dairy Queen Blizzard. There may be imitators, but we all know it's one of a kind. Except for right now, when you can buy one and get another for just 99 cents. Buy one Blizzard and get a second for only 99 cents. So now's your chance to get two of the one and only. So good, it's ridiculous.
Dairy Queen of Troup County. It's where you can enjoy your next Blizzard on New Franklin Road in LaGrange.
Students at LaGrange College travel to places like London, Tokyo, and the jungles of Costa Rica through our Study Away commitment. First-year freshmen are provided a voucher worth up to $2,500 for an off-campus travel experience their junior or senior year. Attend college close to home and still see the world at LaGrange College. Learn more at lagrange.edu/transform.
Low snap. The quarterback's going to be, he's hit as he tosses the ball up in the air, and we're going to be intercepted. We're going to intercept it down at the 7-yard line. He was attempting to throw to Trey Matthews, it looks like, and all over him on coverage was cornerback Lamonte Truitt. Lamonte scored a touchdown, and as we used to say it, he had his leg in his jaw strap. He wasn't letting him go. He winds up playing a good defensive stance and takes the ball on the 7-yard line as the Tigers take over with 14 seconds to go in the second quarter, leading by 7-0.
You know, and Coach, we were talking during the break. That's one of the things that we wanted to point out. You talk about great players and Lamonte Truitt. We talked about locking down Trey Matthews all night long. But tell us a little bit about how that play and really setting up that. It wasn't just Lamonte. You know?
Right. Well, Lamonte, of course, making a great play with the interception, and it was, kills the drive, and we're able to take a knee and go into halftime. What led up to that play, we had a great pass rush. We also had a linebacker come in, number 44, Dalton Hadley, comes in along with Michael Tatum, and together the quarterback cannot step into the throw. So, they're creating a hurry, and also a quarterback can't get his full motion to step into it. And then, when all those are put together, it results in a interception for Lamonte Truitt, and great play there.
Well, we talk about a total team. We was talking about team focus, individual focus, and defensively, just like offensively, just a tremendous effort on both sides of the football, and even the kicking game, the special teams. We look, we had a couple of lengthy returns, longer than we would have wanted to on a kickoff,
right?
But we didn't let anything get deep on us. And Nick Burek came in and nice long snap, hit him right in the hands where it needed to be, waist or chest high. He gets 2 or 3 nice punts off, good coverage. you know, it just kind of it looked like last night it just all kind of came together.
Right. Our punting. Well, we'll start with our punting game first of all. You know, our snaps were clean and crisp, and Nick is getting them off quickly. You know, it's not all about the snapper; it's about everybody. We're getting protection, and then Nick is striking the ball well. I think he had a 35, a 40, 37-yard punt. He had one about 25 when he was punting out of his own end zone, and that makes things a little tough there. And then our coverage was pretty good last night as well. And then, of course, you know, we're proud. Will Bates, you know, hits both PATs, and I'm a person who, you know, I get upset when we miss PATs. If we miss a field goal, you know, unless it's a really close one, you know, my philosophy is we should have got a first down in the first place.
Right.
Yeah, the field goal's gravy, and you know, we went for a field goal last night. Unfortunately, it was blocked, and you know, if we hit this, and with the way we were playing defense, we're going to have time to get the ball back again, and then if we score, we win the ball game. Mm-hmm. And but we also have to we got to take some of those opportunities sometimes, because we're going to need it later down the line as we get into our region schedule, and if we don't take field goal opportunities and get that experience from some of our young kickers and a lot of people on those squads that are new to it, you know, you don't give them that experience. It's hard to expect them to execute, you know, without that game type. You know, practice is one thing, but game is a whole different thing. On the defensive side, you know, Michael Tatum is playing with a motor. You know, he probably had 2 to 3 tackles behind the line of scrimmage last night. Disrupting plays, refuses to get blocked. He's probably getting held on about half the plays. And I can't tell you how proud I am of the effort that he has given. And then, of course, we had Maury Swain making several plays, you know, several tackles behind the line of scrimmage, causing a fumble. Ricky Frazier recovering a fumble. Dalton Hadley, active is the way to describe him. He's all over the place. Bruce Stanford playing very tough, and then last night, kind of his breakout game is Devin Powers, and Devin Power comes in, forced fumble, a sack, a tackle behind the line of scrimmage, and when he keeps his pad level low, he just runs over offensive linemen, you know.
You know, we're going to go to break real quick, but speaking of Devin Power, it's like, you know, I saw him Thursday night, and I was out to eat with some friends, and I saw Devin, and I said, are you ready? He said, yes, sir, we're ready.
That's exactly
and just a big kid. And then, you know, Jack and I, you know, we all go to church with Devin and Chuck Powers and all. But last night, wow, all the way from Scott Road to Devin Power show out last night. That's a play he'll never forget. We are Troup High Saturday morning quarterback show here live at the Kia showroom of LaGrange. We'll be right back.
Versatility. I recommend the 2013 Kia Soul. Awarded for quality by J.D. Power & Associates, the Kia Soul is a new way to roll and starts at only $14,400. Plus, you get Kia's 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. Check us out online at KiaLaGrange.com and help support your local economy.
We're open 8 today, so don't be late.
Every day I'm shuffling.
Whether it's a car accident, storm damage, or a fire, when the unthinkable happens, it doesn't matter if you save money in 15 minutes. In this moment, it doesn't matter if your neighbor has the same insurance you do. In this moment, what matters is that your independent insurance agent and the company that stands behind them have you covered. Auto Owners Insurance, the no-problem people. The Mallory Agency, 301 West Harrelson Street, LaGrange. Visit them online at MalloryAgency.com.
To all the high school seniors in Troup County, Collision Autocraft Auto Body Repair would like to salute you on your accomplishments. Now that you're driving, Collision Autocraft would like to offer these safety tips. Wear your seatbelt. Avoid talking on your cell phone while driving. Don't text and drive. And always keep your eye on the road. Collision Autocraft has too often seen the results of careless driving. Drive safely and have a bright future. Don't forget to like Collision Autocraft on Facebook.
Mom, Dad, kids, watch what happens when two separate things become one beautiful, glorious thing. No longer will there be any arguing, shouting, or tear-dropping, but instead only hugging, high-fiving, and loving. That's because Orange Julius has been added to Dairy Queen. Kids get their favorite Dairy Queen treats like blizzards, ice cream cones, sundaes, and shakes, while Mom and Dad gets a delicious Orange Julius fruit drink, premium and light premium fruit smoothies. It's all there together at one store. No longer is it Dairy Queen or Orange Julius, but rather it's Dairy Queen and Orange Julius on New Franklin Road in LaGrange.
At LaGrange College, we believe that you can't fully define who you are until you find your passion. That's something inside you that says nothing is impossible. Come to one of our fall preview days at LaGrange College. Taste the energy and excitement of college life and find out how LaGrange College can transform your life by helping you find your passion. Fall preview days at LaGrange College, Saturday, September 29th and Saturday, October 27th. RSVP online today, lagrange.edu.
Waits, takes the snap. For the handball to Dunlap. Dunlap goes to the right. He's going to go in untouched on the right side. Touchdown, Tigers!
Big Wellington Callaway and Levi Cornwell open up the right side. No hole inside the guard. Dunlap just bounces outside, and as you said it, Jack, trots in with 6:20 left. Tigers 13, Noonan Cougars 0.
And that comes right after Ricky Frazier recovers a fumble and returns it to the 4-yard line on a pass play by Noonan. And Dunlap caps that short drive with a 1-yard touchdown run, makes it Troup High 14, Noonan 7. And again, you could just see the emotion of the players. Everything was just clicking, and that came at 6:20 into the third period. Then it kind of got, as I call, we got into a funk for a little bit, an unlucky funk for about 3 minutes. And
there's a time period in the game that was between 2 and 3 minutes where a series of events happen, and you can't make mistakes, and I know everybody says this, but you can't make mistakes against anybody, and you really can't make them against a good team because they're going to capitalize off of that. But of course, they made their mistakes too, and we capitalize off of them, and that's part of the game. But that touchdown run, a nice run by Darryl Dunlap. They shut the hole down. He's got a nice little. It's not really a sidestep. I don't even know what you would call it, but he just had that knack, and he has good vision too, and just makes a step and jogs into the end zone. And he's big running back, tough to tackle, runs hard, and he's getting better at that position. And we're real proud of where he's at in his progress. I think that when we look at the game last night, a lot of people have asked me, what was the difference between this week and last week, and we can pull out all kinds of statistics and analysis and all that stuff. The bottom line is what I told them at halftime is that our football team, has finally started to believe in themselves. And I know they've been through a lot. And but, as I told them, the coaching staff believes in you. The fans believe in you. Our school administration believes in you. Just the Tiger Nation believes in you. Mm-hmm. But all that doesn't matter until you believe in yourself. And last night, that was clicking, and I'm so proud of them. I don't really have words for it.
But, and it was very obvious that there was something different last night.
Absolutely.
So with that being said, I think the Tigers are going to follow us in great numbers. In 2 weeks, you get next week off, Coach, a well-deserved break, and you guys get to kind of get prepared to start our region schedule. We'll go up to Douglasville, Georgia, to take on Alexander. Do you know right now a little bit about Alexander's kind of offense, defense of his run while we've got about a minute left to go in the broadcast?
We'll be looking at that in the next couple of weeks. But one of the things we're going to do next week on our off week, we're going to work on getting Troup Tigers better and working on those things and building on those the positives that we have carried through the last 3 games, correcting where we need to correct. But we're going to work on fundamentals, get back to the basics for a few days, and then we will start our prep for Alexander. And so instead of going right into total prep for your opposition coming up in 2 weeks, we're going to take care of good old-fashioned fundamentals and correcting mistakes and executing better. And then as we move on toward the end of the week, we'll start looking at Alexander, and of course with playing Alexander away, that'll open up our region schedule. And so, like I told them last night, we just entered into the second season of a football season. That's and a lot of times there's there's maybe for a football season, there's maybe 4 seasons. There's the preseason, there's your non-region season, there's your region season, and then of course hopefully you get to the playoff season.
Right.
So that's it's one step at a time, and Alexander is the next one on the schedule. So we'll get ready to play them.
Well, Coach, speaking of one step at a time, you guys made a big step last night, and I know the fans are excited, and I know the players are feeling dadgum confident this morning what their abilities and what they can achieve this year. So with that, we're going to wrap it up this morning from the Kia showroom here in LaGrange. Thank you for listening to Saturday Morning Quarterback. I'm Greg Hicks along with head coach Lynn Kendall. Join us in 2 weeks as we hopefully will talk about a victory against Alexander, but we start our region schedule in 2 weeks up in Douglasville. We'll see you then.